Welcome everyone to Fantasy HQ. This is Red, this is Mitch, I am Alex, and we are the NRL Fantasy Gurus. Yes, welcome everyone to this week's episode, and what an absolute shite show it is. Firstly...
You can say shit, it's fine.
You can say shit.
I can.
You don't have to apologise to people for hosting.
I have a moral compass.
A moral compass?
A moral compass.
What does that have to do with this? This isn't a moral judgment.
And also, no, you do not.
Now, we need beers today because if you haven't seen it, Teamless Tuesday was an absolute schmozzle.
Has there ever been a time where we haven't had beers?
Yeah, it's a bit of a thing to say.
They're more important than ever to ease the pain.
We have some Teddy Briscoes.
That's when you know life really sucks.
It's a great beer.
Teddy Brewskis.
Yeah, well, hopefully for all you out there who brought him in, he should be playing this week, but we'll see. I'm highly doubtful. But yes, we'll continue on. Well, after a terrible last week where I couldn't even scrape 900 points, absolutely embarrassing.
Super embarrassing.
Let's move on to Mitch, who will just make this news even worse. Tell us about the injuries. Give us the injury report, Mitch.
Look, I could be here all day listing injuries from the weekend, but I've cut it down to who we believe are fantasy relevant. Bradman Best was a bit of a naughty boy. It's probably the nicest way to put it. A lot of fantasy coaches out there, I'm sure, are quite frustrated right now. Two of them right here. He broke COVID protocol, so has to isolate from the rest of the team and will be missing this week. So hopefully it's just 1 week. But wait and see. Everybody's favourite cash cow, Corey Pakes.
Unbelievable.
Pectoral injury, so he's going to miss 1 to 3 weeks.
Me again.
Dylan Walker, one not many people probably have, but unfortunately he was playing some pretty good footy. He's broke his ankle 6 weeks.
But relevant because we can have a look at another potential cash cow in Croker. Cheapest starting half you can get at the moment.
If you are that desperate, yes.
People are that desperate,
Yes. It could
yes.
be a Pakes replacement, you know? Like, it makes sense. You know, people paying Pakes.
I know this one's heard
You
it.
having a stroke?
Yeah, it might be. Anyways, moving on. This one hurts a lot of fantasy coaches out there, myself included. Tommy Turbo. He's
I'm okay with that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you two can go step on Lego.
He's
looking like he's
punishment.
out for 6 to 8 weeks, unfortunately. Another fantasy favourite this year has been 12. It's still a bit unclear what's actually wrong with him. It looks like it'll be about 3 to 6 weeks for 12 at this stage, but they're still waiting on scans.
I think they were saying MCL.
Potentially, yes. Another of the actual good cash cows this year, unlike Pakes, is Katoa from the Warriors. Nothing's really been said about him, so...
It's strange that he was injured near the start of the game, went off, came back on, and played the rest of the game, and now he's not even included in the extended bench. So, very odd there, so to be determined, yeah.
Maybe new coach doesn't like him.
Maybe.
Just give him a cut. Give
So,
him a Cutella.
It's actually better. It's not bad.
I'm getting pretty good.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
It's getting better.
Yeah.
He apparently was the absolute must-have as captain last week. So glad a lot of people did that. Tedesco,
Yeah.
unfortunately, got taken down by a bit of a steam train out there.
I hear Facebook was blowing up about that.
Mate, it went big in America too. And the Dallin Martinez-Zelezniak hit a Moylan. Ooh.
That was a huge hit.
Yeah, some American punters reckon they can...
Marquette King's just an idiot.
Yeah, so let's not get bogged down in that. And Carrigan's got a 1 week suspension, so he's been a bit of a favourite for fantasy coaches, which brings the question of, is he a sell? Is he a hold? It's only 1 week. They do have a stacked forward pack. What will his minutes be
You're
like?
asking the question.
I'm just putting the facts out there, you know?
Yeah, okay. I think the only, a Turbo definitely a sell. Carrigan, no. I'm saying 1 week, hold him. Before this, before the sin binning last week, he got a pretty low score of like 36. But before that, 49 points was his lowest score of the season. Now, when he comes in, he doesn't play many minutes, around 60, but when he plays, he's really a PPM player, and I think You know, with limited trades, for me, I'm keeping him the rest of the season.
I'm just
no
a
matter
bit
what.
concerned at this stage with their forward pack. Like, they've got 5 or 6 legitimate superstars. They like to carry utility, which is probably good for him, but...
I don't know. We all went through this not long ago with Jason Tamalolo, where it was supposed to only be a week, maybe 2, and a lot of people traded him out and then regretted it. So do you really want to go through the same sufferings again? He's not like it's a lot of money. Like, it's not like it's 900k. So I personally, I'm keeping him, just putting him out of the team. And look, if you got injuries, well, you're fucked.
You might be forced to. But he does have that capability as well as a DPP, so he does give you that versatility to move him around. And we've seen, obviously we'll go into it a bit later, but...
Unlike other players, we know it's only a week. Like, he's taking the early guilty plea. It's a week, and you can just bring him straight back in. Other players, they got the injury cloud, like Katoa, who has like a 36 break even, who might be near hitting his peak anyway. He'd probably be more likely to sell for me if I had to choose, personally.
Yeah. And new coach, you don't know what he's going to do with Katoa. If you had to choose out of the two, which a lot of people have him, I'd get rid of Katoa. I'd keep Carrigan. Yeah. He's part of the leadership group of the Broncos. Surely he stays.
He should be starting, but yeah, I'm interested to see when they finally get their full forward pack down, how that affects their minutes. So people like, Payne Haas is also a fantasy favourite.
I'm going to put myself out there on the line here and say, Captain Haas again. If you lost faith with him last week, I think he's going to come back firing this week and should play 80 minutes looking at that bench. I'm going to put myself on the line. I was going to make McKinson my captain, but then I saw the bench, and I think I'm keeping Haas.
If you're going off average though, McInnes's average for the year is 81.
And McInnes is $1 million man.
Haas is
not.
Just a tad under.
I'd pass on him. Payne Haas.
Not bad.
I'd pass on that one.
Not bad either.
Yoicks.
Oh man, I'm nailing it.
Whoever's writing your jokes, pay him double for this show.
I'm on it.
Well, while we're on the point of talking points.
Point of points.
Stop
it.
Red, anything you want to discuss?
I do. 2 points. Positions. Some have dual positions, and I think we've had a lot of questions, and I can only assume we're going to get a lot more about trades with this level of people out. The injury report's very extensive. There's suspensions, there's injuries, there's COVID rule breakings. I think when you're looking at your trades this week, DPPs. Start looking at DPPs. We're all starting to suffer injuries, late mail, all this sort of stuff. Having these guys in your bench somewhere, they're going to be able to cover for any late mails. So, people like Zach Lomax, people like Carrigan when he is healthy. DPPs are so crucial right now,
I hate to
more
mention
than
it,
ever.
but Drinkwater. I sold him last week. I told a lot of people to sell him, and he come out and have a big game. But DPP option, maybe safe.
Yeah.
Going down the line, have him on your emergencies, maybe just as that safe option to come in. So
killed
me.
You lost Pakes and Clark to your cheap cashies for hooker.
Clark was
playing in the halves. So
he was playing
is Drinkwater that guy who falls in there? A lot of the good halves are super expensive.
Yeah.
There's not many good ones that you can get in that price range.
And if you're going a bit lighter, there are some cheap ones out there at the moment who are interesting because Milford has been like an out and out. Usually he's a fantasy gun. And he's now down, he's in that mid-tier now. He's in the 500,000.
I'm very sure to see that. Still a high break even. I reckon you could risk waiting a week on Milford if you're desperate for Haas later on, mid-range.
Wait him out.
But DPP is a great point, and I think, like you say, it's so important with all these injuries. The new rule changes seems to be spurring on more. But I'm going to say Matty Utah is an absolute bring-in this week. Capel 2.0. Now he's going to get injured.
Oh, he's getting injured.
Second row, centre. This week, because of all these injuries, I have to play him in the second row. But I think at 6.3% of ownership, good bring-in. Last 2 weeks, 66 points, 53 points. He's tackling a lot. He's working his way into the middle. He's playing 80 minutes. I think he's a great bring-in for some, if you're looking for a mid-range sort of player, one that'll still make a bit of money, and you can play him in the centres. Matty Utah is a good bring-in. So I'll bring that up as a point.
I like it. I think it does cover a lot of points because, some people have lost Bradman Best. Some people have lost Carrigan and Katoa. There's
maybe sold Leilua last week.
Yeah, maybe. Right? Like the guys who have lost a lot in certain positions, and he covers both the key ones where there's some big losses this week. So I think he's a very, very good DPP if those are looking out there for a trade. What is he, 550?
I think he's around 520.
520. So
it's not bad.
Really good in that mid-tier.
So
So maybe, you could even get Katoa as a straight swap almost. You kick in the extra 50k and you've got yourself some matters.
I'm keeping Katoa personally, going back to that, but I think he'll be named next week. But
My only issue going back to Sione is he wasn't there at the start of the year. Barnett's out injured. He's due back in July. It just says July. We don't know if it's start of July or end of July. Potentially Barnett could be back next week, the week after. And Materia, as he is a great utility. He can cover the backs. He can cover the forwards.
Usually a weakness in fantasy.
Might find his way to the bench potentially, or filling in the centre, or
even if he does make it to the bench when Connor Watson comes back, what does that mean for him? Does that kick him completely? Because they're chopping and changing their centres. I don't think centre's a place for him. With Brabham Best, Shibasaki, Tuala, they seem to be just rotating between them.
Shibasaki looked amazing.
How good did he look?
Very good. Didn't get dropped and stayed in the team. Let's not get bogged down on my poor trades.
There's been so many.
We don't have enough time to go through it all.
I traded out Flanagan like 3 weeks ago, and he's got like 80 ever since. It's killing me.
How'd Drinkwater go? Great.
Oh, he had a runaway try.
Wait.
I don't want to talk about.
Aren't we supposed to be telling people to listen to us and we give them great advice?
Mate, I think everyone this year can openly admit that they've made some bad decisions. It's been a very tough year. Yeah. Now, is there anything else? You said there was 2 things you want to bring up? DPP?
No, just they were both DPP, dual points.
Okay,
get it?
Yeah, all right.
People write my jokes for me.
We have had some questions, obviously, today. So we'll head over to our Insta fam. So we actually didn't have a theme song for that, but thank you.
We do now. It felt right, so I did it, you know.
Now, Will Barlow, absolute regular of the show and talking to us last year as well.
So keep it coming.
Robson or McCulloch in hooker?
That's tough at the moment. They're both looking really good.
They are looking really good.
Both playing 80, both putting up good, consistent scores.
I think the way the Cowboys are playing now, they've lost a few games. And Granville's crept his way back into the emergencies this week. I have a feeling he could find his way back in and reduce his minutes. Where McCulloch, I think we're guaranteed 80 every week.
As well as that, with Robson as well, they got Ruben Cotter and Ben Hampton named on the bench. So potentially he won't be playing 80.
Yeah, I'm 100% McCulloch on that one. I don't think his job's under threat. His team's playing well. Usually when your team's playing well, you stay pretty much safe in your position. Whereas the Cowboys, my God.
Well, McCulloch got 68, 69 points and dropped down to 44 when I brought him in. Thanks, mate. But
keep it up, McCulloch. Loving that last score.
I think going forward, definitely a keeper option. Keeps playing 80, and I'll take McCulloch over Robson as well.
100%.
And they're very similar price, so can't go wrong with either. Bazahart 25. Niu for Broncos, something to look at.
No. Oh.
Very good.
Probably not. Not someone I'd rush out to get. I'd wait a week or 2 to see if he actually has some job security.
Yeah.
And if he hits the ground running, definitely. But we don't Asako was the Broncos goal kicker. So Staggs is out. He's the backup kicker.
Yeah, what's going to happen there?
I actually don't know who's going to kick for him.
Brody Croft.
Come on, Payne Haas.
Wouldn't that be the dream? Captain option.
I think Brody Croft was one of the kickers at Melbourne.
Does that make him a buy?
When Cameron wasn't? I don't know. I don't think there's any job security in the back 7.
With the Broncos.
Like if you're from 1 to 7 for the Broncos, you got no security at all.
Maybe Tony Staggs is playing pretty well for other than him. But yeah, look, he's going to be cheap enough. You can wait a week, 2 weeks, see what happens there. If it's ground running, could be in and out in a week.
Late mail could find Asako back in the team as well. You know, you don't know. Other options.
I think it's definitely a wait and see, wait a week. Just some definitely better cash cows out there at this stage.
Which brings us to 2 cash cows. Jai Jewell, another guy that's been with us for a very long time. Yeah. Tommy Talau or Avarillo?
Oh, I'm debating that myself at the moment.
Like Talau. He impressed me. Oh, it was one game, but man, he impressed the pants off me.
Very similar price.
Yeah, very similar. I hadn't actually seen Avarillo play till last week, and I sat through that dismal Sharks game.
It was alright. We pulled out the win.
Yeah, well done.
That's what all their parents should have done.
Well, the thing is...
Wow. Alright.
Well, with the half... Alright, Talau, I think we He's DPP, right?
No, he's not. He's just a straight out
So
centre.
they're both straight out centres. Avrilo's a straight out centre.
Which is a problem position.
And now he's goal kicking.
And I must admit, he actually looked quite good out there. And if he got that runaway try where he managed to beat 5 Sharks in the in-goal,
Probably scores over 60 points.
easy. It would have been way more than that. Probably would have been 30 points just from that one try.
So I'm leaning towards Avrilo at this stage.
Talau.
We only got one game to sort of gauge Talau off. He made a few tackle busts, which are very important in that position. Made some decent meters. This one could go either way. I think I'm going with Avrilo. I think he's got more job security there, especially because he was good at goal kicking. And who knows with Talau.
Goal kicking from the Dogs? How many points did they score?
Against the Sharks, it wasn't bad.
Yeah, well, there you go. But, against decent competition, how many is he going to be kicking? 1?
I think it's
I must admit,
bonus.
I think the Dogs, from what I've seen a bit lately, I think they look a bit better with 4 and back. A bit more polished, a bit more composed.
Well, let's look at it in. Who would you take?
Talau.
Take Talau?
Yeah.
I'm going to flip a coin, so I'll let you know.
Let's do it right here, right now.
All right, and
No? Oh.
that's pretty much all we got for today's episode. So we'll keep it short again. Sorry to all you who have mumbled all those words. I'm getting the stares.
Aren't you?
I'm having a shocking day. But yes, terrible teamless Tuesday. Hopefully you have enough players to keep your team going this week. I have to play Hopawati, so pray for me.
Nope. Bomb.
That smells like shit, that team.
It's a disaster. So many injuries. But good luck to you guys out there. Mitch, what can they do?
As always, guys, like, subscribe, comment. We actually do love the feedback, so keep it coming. Good or bad, fat shaming, we don't care. Bring it on.
Whole lot of
Am I
fat
looking
shaming.
that bad?
Every
What's
week,
going on here?
Every
man?
week on the
I'm getting
comments.
towed up. This is ridiculous. I've been to the gym so many times.
Because of what you said. Because of you.
I'm still on my free trial. You wait.
Thanks for watching, guys.
Cheers.
Subscribe.